Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives with a review of the Camillus Bushcrafter. Yeah, that's the name of the knife. I like that. That's ambition. Calling your knife the Bushcrafter. This blade shape is based on a classic design from the 1800s called the Nessmuck, or just muck sometimes. It's got micarta handle scales with a lanyard slot, removable scales, and it is a true full tang. Now this is 1095 high carbon steel, and it's made in the USA by the new Camillus, which was purchased, the old one was purchased by the Acme Corporation, actually, but it is made in the USA. Right, it's a Scandi grind, but it has a secondary bevel, and we'll talk more about that, after the usage footage. Right, but look at the curvature on the belly of this knife. That's kind of the whole idea of that Nessmuck. It's a wicked slicer, and I beat this knife to hell, by the way. Now the knife comes with a dark gray coating, but after you use it for a while, it's going to be more like light gray, as you see there. Some have said that the handle scales are a little sharp on the spine side. But, because I usually wear some type of work gloves, I didn't really notice. Here's the sheath. It's a leather sheath. Right, now that tie down there is also for use with a bow drill, they say. It holds it in, overlaps the handle. It's got a belt loop. Right, so it's a pretty nice traditional leather sheath. Okay, demonstration footage coming up. Alright, so as I continue to talk about the knife, you can watch a bunch of the things that I did with it. I've been interested in this knife for a while, like years in fact, but I didn't really like the price. The normal price is in the 60s. But Amazon was having a Black Friday sale, and I noticed that the price went down $20 to around $42. So I figured, it's now or never. Now, I checked Amazon just today, and the knife is on back order, but they're still honoring that low price, at least for now. Who knows how long that's going to last. I actually think this is a great deal for around like $41, $42, I think it was. I mean, made in the USA, you got micarta and high carbon steel. Yeah, definitely if you can find it for that price, get it. I mean, I don't know if that price will stay around, but I'll include an Amazon link. All right, so you saw those shavings I made. The spine of this knife can throw sparks. And again, my apologies. I forgot to put a lanyard on that ferro rod. It's a bayite ferro rod. And it would have been much easier if I had put a lanyard on it, because without the lanyard, I'm only able to use half of the ferro rod, but it lit those shavings very well. And yes, I am familiar with the bird's nest method, but we've been getting a lot of rain, so it wouldn't have worked in that case. There I'm just showing you can drill a divot. Yeah, so I really like this knife for the price that I got it, low 40s. I don't think you can go wrong there. But overall, in the bushcraft market, I do think this knife would probably have a very tough time, because there is just massive competition right now. I mean, there are so many bushcraft knife options, from the budget stuff, all the Moras, up into sometimes like absurdly expensive. So, that technique there, it works a lot better if you're not using the oldest, crappiest, driest wood. But, yeah, I just had some gnarly wood. That wood is pretty tough, too. It's batoning leftovers. But you get the idea of that technique. Yes, you can thin out, you could thin out a piece of wood, or you could make shavings. Whatever you want to do. All right, batoning. Now, I don't prefer to baton with a knife this short. It's got a 4-inch blade, but I'm reviewing this knife, so that's the knife that's going to be batoning, let me tell you. But if I have to split wood, I got hatchets, I got heavy machetes, and I can also baton with a lot bigger blades. But there you go. If for some reason you wanted to baton some reasonably sized stuff with this, you could. Okay, let's talk about that Scandi grind with the secondary bevel. Almost a contradiction. Some people would say that if you put a secondary bevel, it's no longer a traditional Scandi grind. Other people intentionally put one on a Scandi grind. Okay, that's up to you. You know, I just want to make clear so that you guys know exactly what you're getting if you buy it. It has a secondary bevel. You saw that there. Now, I found that the secondary bevel was fine. I mean, the knife performed fine. You know, my take on it, if there is a secondary bevel, I don't want it to be too fat and chunky for obvious reasons. I don't want a speed bump slowing down some of my cutting techniques. But this secondary bevel, I found, did not inhibit the performance of the knife. But final thoughts on this? Well, it all depends on the price. Like I said, great for the price I got it. The micarta, the intermediate blade length. Now, that Nessmuk design would also be great for slicing into organic matter. You know what I mean? I didn't happen to have any animal that I could slice up, but you can just tell by looking at it, it would be great for that too. Yeah, so I like the knife. It's going to have a tough time in such a crowded field, but if you can get it for a good price, I do recommend it. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. This has been We All Juggle Knives.